Alright, here we are, back again. Pokémon Presents. Legends EA, hopefully some other stuff. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Hopefully everything's working fine. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Pokemon Channel. They're remaking Pokemon Channel? Oh, shit.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company.
Fine.
Today, February 27, is Pokémon Day. This is the date the Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokémon series. It's been 29 years
in the
since the
background for
birth
any
of
Easter
Pokémon.
eggs.
And we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world. Thanks to all of you, it's now possible to enjoy Pokémon each day in a variety
Pokemon
of ways.
will be all-consuming. It will take every aspect of your
We
life.
hope to keep
and
bringing you
become
new
it.
experiences to brighten your day-to-day lives with Pokémon. In today's broadcast, we'll be sharing all the latest news about Pokémon, including our newest titles. Please enjoy the
Newest
presentation.
titles is interesting. It implies there's more than just ZA.
It's the Netflix series Pokémon Concierge.
Yeah,
Taking
didn't they announce
place
this
at
was
the
coming to
Pokémon
YouTube
Resort
soon?
on a tropical island. The story follows
I don't know,
Haru,
it
who is
seems
still
okay.
finding her feet as a new concierge, and Psyduck as they grow together through their interactions with the resort's Pokémon guests. Its charm lies in
Yeah,
the
look at
warm
that, that's
visuals
kinda
that can be
cute.
achieved only through stop-motion animation. And new episodes of Pokémon Concierge are
Okay.
in production. They are slated for release in September
That's still a ways
2025.
away.
What sort of Pokémon will Haru and Psyduck welcome as guests next? Take a first look at a few of the Pokémon they will meet in this motion test footage. Just look at the personality and how they move.
Yeah, look at. I think
But
that all
there's
looks
more.
nice.
For a limited time, the first 4 episodes are available
Yeah,
to
I
watch
heard
on
about that.
Pokemon's official YouTube channel for free. Please take this
Oh,
chance
it's only
to
for,
watch
like, a
them
week
if
or
you haven't
two.
been able to tune in to Pokemon Concierge yet. And we hope you look forward to the new episodes as well.
I haven't watched this. Maybe I should. It looks cute.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokémon Company. Next, we have a number of other announcements to share with you.
Look
In
at that
Pokemon
Pikachu
Go,
transition.
Pokemon Go Tour Unova Global will take place on March 1st and
Yeah,
March 2nd.
Pokemon
This
Go,
event can
I
be enjoyed
know.
at no cost from anywhere in the world where Pokemon Go is available. During the event, the legendary Pokemon Black Kyurem and White Kyurem will appear in raid battles and elsewhere. Also, trainers will soon have a chance to encounter Victini and Shiny Meloetta. We'll also share promo codes
Are
for
they- that's
everyone
like the
to
second
enjoy.
time they've
We
done
hope you're
Shiny
looking forward
Meloetta
to the new season
in the past
2.
few weeks. Because I think they also did it in Pokemon Home. Which mobile game is this? Is it Go Still or is this probably Go Still? No, Masters, okay.
We're heating up. Let's give it all.
They really, just going full on with the black shinies for the Gen 3 legendaries, definitely the right move. Those all look great. That actually looks really good. This looks like it's a Pokemon Cafe thing. Because I think that actually looks nice. I mean, it'd be weird to actually drink, but I've seen weirder. Yeah, I'm still not playing Cafe Remix. I'm glad they're kind of going through these real quick. And yeah, because this is Pokemon Sleep. Then spending a lot of time talking about each mobile game. They're kind of speeding through things. Because I don't know how long this presentation's going to go. Like, usually these Pokemon Presents are like 20 minutes. See, this is the one I care the least. You know, I make fun of all the others. This is the one I actively dislike. Even if I do think that outfit looks great on Suicune. Oh, they got my boy Alcremant. Oh, look at him.
Remote Stadium will be returning to ranked matches. Enjoy intense
that means
battles
nothing
in the
to me.
unforgettable Remote Stadium. A new type of battle is also arriving, called First to 500. In it, a new feature called EOS technology allows you to gain special effects when you score a certain number of points. Plus, look forward to an updated map. With updated wild Pokémon, the win condition is simple. Be the first to score 500 points.
Yeah, I don't care what you do, Pokemon. I'm not playing your mobile game. With loot boxes and microtransactions and whatnot. Okay, except for this one. This has kind of... Alright, these are my 2 free hits a day. But I have yet to spend a single dollar on this game. And I will continue to not spend a single dollar on this game. Because my goal is just to, you know, collect things. But luckily I'm not so invested that I'm, like, fine with having missed stuff. Would it be nice to get everything? Yeah, sure. But I know that's not realistic. Especially as someone who's, again, not paying for things. RCS set. That's like... That's tomorrow. Oh my god. So, Space Time SmackDown just came out at, like, in, like... Didn't it just come out in, like, late January? I felt like I feel like the first set went on forever. The first 3 packs, because, you know, the game had just come out. And now they're doing, like, a pack a month. And I think that's way... I would much rather have spent some more time in Space Time SmackDown. Because I'm still missing plenty of cards. Like, at least in the original set, you know, it was 3 different packs. Space Time SmackDown's been 2. And I just haven't had enough time. I don't know if this is still the TCG or if this is actual cards. I think this is actual cards. Yeah, that's actual cards. Has Megas have been in the card game before that, right? There's no way they weren't.
Next.
So, see, that's all the mobile game stuff. And they just sped through that in like
In the Pokemon
5
Scarlet
minutes.
and Pokemon Violet games, we're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway.
Yeah, I don't care. Give me some shinies.
Along with a mass outbreak event and other in-game events to come.
Shit. Oh my
Mighty
gosh,
Meowscarada,
that's
Stelladirge,
actually a
and
lot
Brekazal
of
will appear
shinies.
in a series of Terra
Oh.
Raid battle events.
I mean, I'm glad to finally have a Palafin. Or
And even
Finizen.
more Pokemon are planned to appear in the future.
That's...
We hope you continue to enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet.
really nice to have a shiny Applin.
Next, please have a look at this video.
Okay, is this just one of those promotional videos, or is this like an actual thing? Are we getting some classic games? I would love some classic games, but I know the Pokemon Company likes to celebrate its history every Pokemon Day. I think this is them just celebrating their history. Yeah. Unless this is Gen 10, which I doubt it. God, I don't know. Again, I think I'm just allergic to my room. Oh shit, are they making a battling mobile app? Oh shit, they are, aren't they? Yeah. You know, I know I've heard people say they want like a dedicating just battle game that just does battles and nothing else. Unless this is like fucking, you know, Switch streaming, which I doubt it. Mega Evolution, Terastallizing, Pokemon Champions. Yeah, no, I'm gonna guess that's an exclusive battling app. You know, basically the modern day equivalent of Stadium. Yeah, that's what I think that's what that looks like.
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title, Pokémon Champions. This title will be focused on the Pokémon battles you know and love from core Pokémon games.
Yeah.
Pokémon Champions will continue the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other
In
trainers
theory,
from around the world. But
this
time,
becomes
we're
your
aiming for these
competitive
core
battling
style battles to
game,
be enjoyed by more players
which
than
allows
ever
the
before.
mainline series games to get
Game
more
Freak, the
creative,
developer of the core
because they can
games,
always do
is carrying
this.
out the planning for this project, while development is being handled by the Pokemon Works.
Right, like competitive
And
Pokemon can always be done through
Champions will be
this
coming
this
not
new
only to the
thing.
Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to
Wow,
mobile devices
something
too.
else to something else.
You'll be able to choose how you want to play based on where you are. What's more,
Yeah.
you can also connect with Pokemon Home. Thanks to this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you can partner up with in Pokemon Champions. You'll be able to team up with Pokemon who joined you on your adventures in previous Pokemon games. We hope you're looking forward to battling Pokemon trainers from all corners of the world.
Okay, that's
Tuned for
interesting
future
at
announcements
least.
regarding the launch date
Again,
of Pokemon
if
Champions.
they can theoretically ruin it with
We'd like to share
loot
some
boxes
information
or
about the languages
microtransactions
Pokemon games will be available.
or anything
Mr. Tomás
else,
Cortijo, please take it away.
but other than that, that's
Saludos
not
a
bad.
todos desde la nueva oficina de Pokémon en la hermosa Ciudad de México. Soy Tomás Cortijo, director regional para Latinoamérica de The Pokémon Company International. El día de hoy estoy muy feliz de anunciarles que Pokémon Champions estará disponible en español latinoamericano desde el día de su lanzamiento. De igual forma, además de los 9 idiomas que los entrenadores y entrenadoras pueden elegir, Leyendas Pokémon ZA tendrá también la opción de jugarse en español latinoamericano. Esto significa que de aquí en adelante
Yeah, you know, the
habrá
Pokemon
10
company is always
idiomas
adding new
disponibles para
languages.
Finalmente, como
Like,
ya
I remember
mencioné
what a
con
big deal it
anterioridad,
was when they added
las
in
futuras expansiones de
Mandarin
el famoso
Chinese
juego de
a few
cartas
years back.
coleccionables de Pokémon
That was what, Gen
estarán
7?
también disponibles en español de Latinoamérica. Localizar productos como Leyendas Pokémon ZA al español latinoamericano permitirá que millones de nuevos fans se unan a la comunidad global de Pokémon y se conecten con otros jugadores de formas nunca antes
God,
vistas.
here I'm just
Como
dying.
parte de The Pokémon Company Group, este es un claro ejemplo de nuestra misión de unir al mundo a través de Pokémon. Saber que los fans disfrutan aún más de jugar Pokémon en su idioma local nos permite explorar nuevas formas para deleitar a los jugadores de diferentes regiones y mercados como Latinoamérica. Este es un momento increíble para ser fan de Pokémon, sin importar en qué parte del mundo te encuentres, por lo que no puedo esperar para unirme a todos ustedes en sus próximas aventuras. Nos vemos pronto.
Finally, here's the latest
Is this
update
really
on
it?
Pokemon Legends
We're getting
ZA.
we're getting a battling game, and then just Legend CA. I mean, not that I was expecting BDSP or not really. You know, black and white remakes or classic games. Well, okay, the classic games would have been nice, even if they're just on the stupid Nintendo Switch Online. Now, I am interested in ZA. I don't know, some of the rumors that's been going around and whatnot, you know, especially from the Terra leak, there are some interesting things. Oh, wait. 2 Gen 2 starters and a Gen 5 starter? Really? Yeah, that nobody has said. I've not seen a single person suggest those starters. So that sure is interesting. Why did the Do the colors look a little weird on the starters for anyone else? Mega Evolution. Hell yeah. Yeah, look at them all. Oh, it says, oh, look at that, the fillet. It looks, you know, it's fine.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the
So yeah,
largest
you're
city
just in the
Kalos
city for the
region.
entire game.
Prism Tower
That had
stands
been
tall
the
in center
thing.
of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share.
I don't know, the one thing I found is them trying to get up on a
After
building.
you arrive in Lumiose
Like, I
City
understand
to
not
see
like
the sights,
Assassin's
you'll meet
Creed
3
climbing a
Pokemon,
building.
one of which will
But I feel
become
like
your
the
first
transition was
partner.
kind of weird.
Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
Yeah, I get one Gen
You'll
2
choose
starter.
one of these
Why are there
Pokemon to
2?
accompany you on a new journey as you get to know
Which one will I
Lumiose
pick?
City and its inhabitants.
Probably actually Chikorita.
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
So they change
The
depending
hotel
on
where
what you
you'll be
choose.
staying is run by AZ.
Yeah,
You'll
there they
also
are.
meet his partner, Floette.
Oh.
Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with
Okay,
the
so
company's
there's the
CEO
evil
Jet
people.
and her secretary Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
I actually hope it's not that straightforward.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball.
Okay, so they've got elements from Legends
If
Arceus,
you're having a
which
hard
to be
time
fair,
catching one,
I
have one of
really
your
like
Pokemon
the
use its
catching in
moves to
Legends
weaken the
Arceus.
target, making it easier to catch.
Yeah, I think the catching in Legends Arceus works really well. Or at
This
least
game
I enjoyed
offers
it
a
enough.
style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
Real time?
Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect.
Yeah.
So choose your timing and positioning carefully to gain the
Yeah,
upper
no, they're
hand.
doing some real time stuff. It's not all the way, mind you, but
Lead
you know,
your partner
it's
Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks.
definitely a transition, which
Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the
Again-
right moment to unleash a move.
they're
What's
able
more,
to be more
certain Pokemon
experimental
can
with
go
these
beyond
games.
evolution by
Because they've now got that
undergoing
Pokemon
Mega
Championship,
Evolution.
which will be the safe,
When the
standard
trainer's
battling
keystone
game.
resonates with the Mega Stone held by their
And I'm
Pokemon,
glad to have Megas
the Pokemon
back.
will do more than just change shape.
I really do like
It'll
Megas.
unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor. As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both
I just hope
people
Mega
and
Sceptile's
Pokemon,
back.
who
'cause
knows
I
what
re-
kinds of
I think my
encounters and
favorite Mega is
experiences will
Sceptile.
await you. Pokemon Legends ZA,
Late this year.
coming
Okay.
late 2025.
So that's still a ways away. Emotional mirror. What was that?
Pokemon Legends ZA is scheduled to release in late 2025.
I have no
We hope
pro-
everybody
again,
can
I don't know, there was a
just
part of me that was
look
like,
for their
you know, I
adventures
could
in
see this
Lumiose
coming out
City
in
too.
May,
That concludes
but I
our
think the Switch
announcements
2
for today.
might have like messed with things.
Thank you very much for watching.
That's part of the reason. But I mean, it's going to be playable on Switch and Switch 2 regardless, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, there you go. You know, that was most definitely a showcase. I'll give them that. LW. Some
Previous
thoughts.
Pokemon
Que de aquí en adelante
Well, let's just kind of go through some of this stuff. So this Pokemon Championship thing, Yeah, let's go to like here. This makes sense. For because Pokemon has one of Pokemon's biggest competitors, even though they're not actually like competing with them, is Pokemon Showdown, which allows you to go in, test out teams, play with whatever you want. So in theory, people have said for a long time that Pokemon should just make their own version of Pokemon Showdown. And that makes sense to an extent. I get that. Is that what this is going to be? Maybe. I don't know. The question becomes, is this going to be like a Pokemon Showdown thing? Or is this going to be, just like, hey, you import your Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet? Is it going to work like Pokemon Stadium where there are teams to borrow? And it's really hard to tell. But if the Pokemon Company is like, yes, we've got this game, this will be the main competitive game, this is the game we will use at, tournaments, the Pokemon World Championship, stuff like that, that gives them the freedom to then be like, well, with the mainline games, we're going to do something completely different, right? We're going to go do real-time combat instead of, turn-based combat. They can play more experimental. And I don't think that's a bad idea. It's just, where's the catch? This is a monkey's paw. It always comes with a catch. Is the catch going to be, microtransactions and whatnot? Is it going to be something like that? Because there's no way there isn't a catch. I mean, already being able to move your Pokemon through Pokemon homes, at least a little more reassuring that, anything you can get in the games you can just bring over.
Thanks to this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you can partner with in Pokemon.
I don't know, in recent years, I've been more interested in the collecting part of Pokemon and less on the battling part, which is the collecting part, which sucks because the collecting part's the part that's easier to monetize. So that's, I don't know. I think we'll have to see how it turns out, obviously. If the app works well and everything and they have no issues, I think that'd be fine. But if there are issues, if they stuff it full of microtransactions, that's where the problem comes from. I want to go here real quick. So starting tomorrow, basically for an entire month, they're going to be doing events. These ones are great. Right, Charcadet's gonna suck to find, because the only thing that changes is the eye. But Finizen and Smoliv are both cool. Applin's great. And then, actually, all three of these are good. I think I already have a shiny this one. But these other two I don't. I don't know. I guess because of Scarlet and Violet, I've gotten more into shiny hunting. Shiny mass outbreaks are actually, easy. And yeah, red, blue, and green. Yeah, so I don't know. We did some shiny hunting like 2 weeks ago, so that's, I guess, what I'm thinking about it. And finally, let's look at Legend CA stuff again. So I think visually, I think this looks fine. Is it, the most impressive thing in the world? No, but it looks fine. Does this reflect the Pokemon Company, taking a year off to get things looking better? I'd like to hope so. I do. I don't know. According to the guy who did the Terra leaks, they have played a working version of this game, and supposedly it is pretty decent. The starters are a weird choice. I'll be completely honest. Because the rumor up to this point had been like, oh, they're going to be French-based. It was going to be Snivy, Piplup, and then Cinderace, which, okay, the first two I get. Snivy's, a snooty little thingy. Piplup, has references to Napoleon in it. And then Scorbunny was just kind of there. So I have no problem with them being like, nope, we're not doing any of those. We're going to do completely new, we're going to do somebody completely different. So I get Chikorita, because Chikorita is underappreciated. I actually really do like Chikorita. I don't think he gets enough credit. And then Totodile, okay, that's another Gen 2 starter. If it had just been all 3 Gen 2 starters, I would have been like, okay, that's a little weird, especially because we just got Cyndaquil in the other Legends game. Like, and that's probably the only reason why it's not Cyndaquil here. That's my guess. The only reason it's not Cyndaquil is because they gave Cyndaquil, you know, the Paradox thing. Does that mean that Cyndaquil is now going to be the only one of these Pokemon not to have a Mega Evolution? Because these other 3 are definitely getting them? Yeah. Could I have actually seen them do all 3 of the Gen 5 starters as well instead? That could have been possible. Sure. I'm sure people are having the exact opposite reaction, where I think Totodile's kind of redundant. I'm sure 99% of people think that Chikorita's redundant. And I get that, because to be fair, if Snivy had been here, I probably would have picked it. Because I do like Snivy. I do think they're cool. But, you know, that's just kind of where we're at right now. So it's just an interesting choice. That's what I'll say about that. I do kind of wish it was 3 generations, because I did feel like that allowed Legends Arceus to be more creative, right? Not being restricted by that just using Gen 4 Pokemon. At least always. Yeah, I think this all looks fine. I do definitely feel like these Wild Zone areas here feel more like the wild area in Sword and Shield than they do the open world stuff in ZA, or, you know, kind of like what ZA was doing. This I do find interesting. So, instead of like taking an elevator or whatnot, you're just kind of teleported to the roof. That, I don't know, does that feel kind of, it might work fine in game, but that feels kind of clanky. Especially when you see them, right, they're like climbing through roof chomps, jumping down. That all looks great. It's just, I kind of wish there was like an Assassin's Creed way to get on the roof or do stuff like that, instead of just being teleported up. Like, even if you were just like riding a Pokemon up or something, I'd be fine with that. I do not have a problem with the entire game taking place in the city. I think that's fine. That's not really an issue of mine. I'm excited to see Mega Evolution again. You know, I'm a big fan of Megas. Always have been. Oh, that was Gyarados. Okay, so I don't know which ones I'm sure somebody will make a list. No Mega Charizard Z that we know of yet. As far as I know, there's nothing new here. I do like Mega Altaria. I think Mega Altaria is cool. There was no way Gardevoir wasn't coming back. Because it is interesting, like, who's going to come back from the Gen 6, because there are certain characters, you know, as Legends Arceus played around with, like, oh, these are ancestors of the characters we know. This game takes place in either the modern day or, like, the near future. So, like, who's coming back, who's not? We already see AZ. But who else? I like the Rivals design. I think all the character designs are good. I like AZ, you know, in his little suit, and having the Eternal Flower Floette that presumably came back to him after the events of Gen 6 is, I think, a good idea. I think the Rival looks good. I like the female one more than I do the male one, but that's just me. These two, of course, I don't trust them for obvious reasons. I'm trying to... Where have I seen this logo before? This looks familiar in the Pokemon space. It's not the Arceus logo, but I definitely think it does look familiar. What's in his hair? Is that a Baneri in his hair? It looks like there's some... Like, you see 2 eyes right there? I don't know. Obviously, these look like obvious twist villains. I feel like it'd be kind of generic if they were twist villains. Like, I want them to go for the double subversion, but... Yeah. And, of course, Zygarde. So, yeah, I think this all looks fine.
Center of this city of beautiful, a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and then lose the city to see the sights.
And presumably the city's going to be massive.
Which will become your first partner.
That's what it looks like it's going to be. It's going to be a big city where, you know, you can go and explore. And, you know, the story's all about redeveloping the city, making it high-tech, while also presumably trying to balance the... I wonder if that's going to be the plot, what if you're right? You've got these galaxy people who are, trying to be modern, be futuristic, whereas then you have AZ who is like, oh well, you gotta preserve like the past, the culture, and you have to like find the balance between that. I think that's not a terrible idea.
When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally. Either
So
Urbane
they're
or
a
Hot.
friend, but
The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's
Are we finally going to be able to
development is
get
being
Eternal
managed
Flower
by
Floor? Is that?
Wizartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the
Corsico.
company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
Yeah, this all looks fine.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats.
I don't know, the one worry about doing this all in a city is that the city environment can be very repetitive.
Aim carefully.
Because it also depends on
Throw
how
a Pokeball.
big the city is.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of
So
the
yeah,
Pokemon-
battling, there are elements of Legends Arceus here, which is nice, because I did like what Legends Arceus did.
This game
And then the battling system
have
changed.
a longer
So
or
right,
shorter
in
or
previous
the area
Pokemon
of
games, you've been
effect.
able to move around.
So choose your time
But
and
now,
place.
you have to worry about spacing. Now you have to give commands at certain points. So they're definitely taking, some more active time combat influence. And I think that's good. Again, I think the more Pokemon takes from Xenoblade,
What's more,
because that's kind of what it reminds me of. Is you've got the charging of moves and everything.
Mega Evolution.
Admittedly, again, I haven't played the modern Final Fantasy games, so I couldn't tell you. But I kind of think of like Xenoblade and how it does its charges and its moves and whatnot, and how you have to worry about like spacing, and how like certain moves are more effective from like the front or the back. We have this over here. That's clearly your Mega it's on a timer clearly.
As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await.
I was gonna say,
And
is
Pokemon,
not this
who
one.
knows what kinds of
Is this Is this AZ or is this Sycamore? Because I fully expect Sycamore to be here somewhere.
experiences will await you. Pokemon Legends ZA.
And then, yeah, 2025, that's still... It's going to be October, November. And I do wonder if half the reason they didn't give a release date is because of the Switch 2. Because they say Nintendo Switch, but obviously it's going to be available on Switch 2. Because the Switch 2 there's no way it's not out by this point. I fully expect it to be out in, like, May or June. I lean more towards June, obviously. So there's no way it wouldn't be out by this point. I wonder if that's part of the reason why it's not coming out in May. Is because they don't want to butt up with the Switch 2. I don't know. I'm thinking back to like the Terra leaks where they're like, yeah, that game is mostly done. Which, hey, you know what? Taking a year or 6 months to a year to polish your game is a good thing. If it's seeing Tears of the Kingdom as anything to go by, taking some time to, get your game nice and polished does actually pay off in the end. Even if you accidentally leave a duplication bug in the launch version, that's super easy to recreate. This, I don't know what this is. The promotional match is announced. So obviously, Lumiose, this is like a Lumiose Tower thing. Is this some sort of... I'm assuming this is ZA stuff? Like, is there going to be like a battle tournament thing in ZA? Or is this a Scarlet and Violet thing? I don't know. This I don't know what this is supposed to be. I mean, you've got the 5 points of the city, obviously. This has to be something with ZA. I just don't know. Battle tournament? I guess. Sure. Yeah, and that's kind of where it ends. I know there were no black and white games, which I fully did not expect there to be black and white games. I felt like that kind of made no sense. Because, again, I know people want the black and white games. I don't think we need Pokemon remakes. Listen, I know it's a hot take. The only reason we got Gens 1 and Gen 2 remakes are because there was no way to get Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon up to Gen 3 and beyond, because those games kind of segmented themselves, right? There was no way to transfer Game Boy to Game Boy Advance. Whereas every generation since then, there's been a way to move stuff up. In short, Pokemon Home isn't going to last forever. Yeah, or Pokemon Bank, I mean. Pokemon Bank isn't going to last forever. And yes, I get that. Also, is transferring stuff up to Gen 3 all the way up to Gen 9 a nightmare? Oh my god, yes. Because, you know, you can only do so many Pokemon at a time. There are tons of restrictions and limitations. And it can kind of be a pain in the ass. Specifically, I want to say it's to get stuff from Gen 4 to Gen 5. Especially, and then to get stuff from Gen 3 to Gen 4, you need you need a specific type of DS, either an original or a light. Yeah, it can be a pain. So I kind of get why people, especially that classic collection, where people were, because people want to play Emerald again. People want to play Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald again. And I get that. And I know we had the remakes. But I think it is far more interesting for the Pokemon Company to be like, instead of remaking, you know, Gen 5 or Gen 6, we're instead going to reimagine them. We're going to do a Legends game. It's going to be more interesting. It's going to be more creative. I like that. I think that's more enticing than just giving us Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Like, I'm never too beat up over Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because sure, the remakes were generic. But we got Legends Arceus, which was great. And yeah, so everything here looks fine. You know, would it be cool to have seen more? Sure. Do I still want my Pokemon Penball to return? Yeah, but clearly the Pokemon Company has no interest in things that can't make them all the money in the world. Because clearly that's what they want. I mean, again, another new trading card pack. I still do like, though, that they didn't spend too much time on the mobile game stuff. Like, it starts, like, right here, and then by, like, right here, it's over. Like, that's it. Yeah, like, that's not bad at all. That's a little over, like, 5 minutes. So, yeah, that was Pokemon Day. You know, it happened. I'll be back tomorrow, you know, I'm sure I'll take some time to digest this stuff and give some farther thoughts. And then, yeah, we'll be back within chat tomorrow, finishing Donkey Kong. You know, I've been putting it off for weeks and weeks, and even though I've got the perfect excuse to go shiny hunting, no, we're finishing Donkey Kong tomorrow. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.